It's funny how life works. I set the intention to use this as a video journal, to record this every single day to chronicle my journey, yet, of course, it's been 3 days since I recorded a video. Now, I could say, hey, it's not my fault. 2 days ago, I had to move out of my apartment, spent the day with a friend, then spent the evening there, and then the next day, he and his wife drove me to my dad's place where I'm going to be staying for a couple weeks to spend time with him. And then once we got here, he kind of gave us a tour, well, more of them, a tour of the different areas and stuff like that. So, two things happened on those days. First of all, I barely had any time to do anything, including recording and even uploading videos. There's still videos saved in my phone that I haven't uploaded from the morning that I moved. So, definitely not keeping on track of this, and it's going to be even more difficult now and in the next week or two as I stay at my dad's, simply because the internet situation here is limited. First of all, he has no Wi Fi, so the only way to have the internet is to connect with an actual Ethernet cable, and of course, I need an adapter for that for my computer, but I bought that last time I was here, that's fine. So I can connect with my computer. The problem is I'm recording everything with my phone, and I usually just upload everything on my phone through Wi-Fi, but I can't do that. So potentially what I'm going to need to do is transfer everything manually to my computer and then upload everything from my computer using my father's internet. The thing is, once again, two things. First of all, connection isn't great because it's so far out of the way in the middle of the country that the only internet they have here is satellite. So whenever there's a storm, it just cuts out and stops working. And it's slow. Plus, he has a limited amount. You know how in most cities you have unlimited internet, really high speed, well this is slow, and there isn't unlimited. So I don't want to boost to waste his entire internet for the month just uploading videos. So I'm debating between being like, fuck it, I don't care, like I need to share this, let's just upload them. Finding a place in the village where I can get free Wi-Fi and upload it there, but I don't know how long that's gonna take. And just recording everything and then batch uploading when I get to my sister's in a couple weeks because I know she has better internet. So definitely not been keeping up with stuff, especially the last 2 days. So when I moved out and when I was traveling from my friend's place to here, I barely ate those 2 days just because I was like so busy and everything, didn't have access to necessarily the right food, and I couldn't just like go out to the restaurant and grab something. So I really did not consume enough food, and that's a problem for me. I lost a lot of weight since I started getting sick, and I need to make sure that I consume enough calories, especially now that I shifted diets and I'm doing intermittent fasting and I'm removing all sugars and a lot of the carbs. So because of that, I need to make sure that I get enough food, and it's been very, very difficult. Even though now I do have most of the equipment I need, because I didn't have a blender before, so I couldn't do shakes, I didn't have the protein powder, I didn't have the collagen powder, all the things that I ordered online. Now I finally do, because I sent them to my dad when I ordered them, because I knew they wouldn't have time to get to my old apartment in time. So, things are definitely moving forward, but like every day or every couple of days, I'm just like, I feel like I'm just struggling. Not like wasting my time. I'm doing the best I can, but I know that I'm not being perfect, and I know that I keep needing to improve and do things better. So that's one whole thing. The diet is a big issue. The other big issue is immigration. Because of everything that's been happening lately, and I've been focusing really on the health and everything. It's like I've been doing immigration kind of like in the background, but I really like need to focus in on that. My girlfriend and I had a discussion a couple of days ago where we're like, all right, let's try an approach, which is the asylum. If she can find her way to a Canadian border, she can request asylum. And while they decide to give it to her or not, a process which usually takes a couple of years, she's going to get this to here. And that kind of gives us options to go from there. Problem is with that, it's very difficult for her to get to a Canadian border because it's just as difficult for her to get a visa to go to the US as it is to Canada. And the only way to access Canada is through the US. So, there's potential workarounds, potential ways to do that. So we're still looking into that. But we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket. So we want to make sure that we get everything ready and have all the information we need necessary. That way, if that option doesn't work, immediately we can submit the the tourist visa application, because that process takes usually like 4 to 6 months depending. Um, in our case, hopefully it'll go faster given the extreme direness of this situation, but we don't really know what's going to happen. So that's really what I've been doing yesterday and today. And I'm real. I mean, we're really lucky. There's a friend of mine who referred me to a friend who works, not at immigration, but in immigration. They deal with a lot of immigration cases and everything. So it's like she's been helping us out, answering all the questions, guiding me in everything, and and I'm really grateful for that. The problem is, it just feels like I'm like running the entire time. I'm not doing what I need to do for my diet for multiple reasons. The fact that I still don't necessarily have everything that I need, the fact that I'm still adjusting, the fact that it's hard to get the things that I need out here because there's not that much organic stuff in the middle of nowhere, and the fact that my appetite, because I lost all this weight and I haven't been eating as much for the last year and a half or whatever, my stomach has like shrunk and I just don't get as hungry. And when I do eat, I get filled up very quickly. So it's like I keep having to force myself to eat. And even when I do that, I feel like I'm not getting enough calories. So I need to find a solution. I need to find a system. So I'm still struggling with that, struggling with, the whole immigration stuff. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. The update of just feeling like I'm just behind on everything. But at the same time, like, I know that is not healthy. I know that's not what I need to do. I know I need to, relax and meditate and work on my mindset and enjoy what I have, because it's like, I'm going to do everything I can to find a solution. But whether I find a solution or not, eventually I'm going to die. And I just want to make sure that I enjoy every single moment that I have, whether it's, weeks, months, years, or decades. And I feel like at the moment I just have so much on my plate that I'm not able to do that. And it's like I know what I should be doing, or rather I know what I shouldn't be doing, which is what I'm doing now. I know I need to change things and adjust. I'm just struggling to do it. I'm not really sure how to get it done. So I'm kind of trying to juggle everything at once. So that's pretty much how it feels. The only upside is the lighting where I'm sitting right here is really good, aside from the from the light down here. But I mean, still very good lighting compared to some of the other videos I made. So that's pretty much the only upside at this point. But yeah, all part of life, all part of the journey, and I'll do my best to upload this video whenever I can. So once again, thank you to whoever's watching. Hopefully this can inspire you, motivate you, just entertain you, whatever you need to get from this. Hopefully it's doing that. And if you feel like you want to help and you can afford it, I'm going to include the link to the GoFundMe either underneath, above, left, or right, somewhere with this video. And depending on the platform you're watching, it may or may not be clickable. I'm still trying to fix that non-clickable link thing on TikTok, but I still haven't found a workaround. And as I mentioned, my plate is kind of full, so that's definitely not my number one priority. So I apologize if you're watching this on TikTok and you want to give, and you have to screenshot and go type in the URL and go there manually, but I really do appreciate it. Like every bit counts. Like everything costs more than you expect. Everything's more complicated than you expect. And it's just, yeah, it's a crappy situation, but you gotta make the most of it. All right, that's pretty much the update for now. Check in hopefully tomorrow. If not, whenever I check in next.